How's it going, guys? Sean here, and I'm going to take you through another home workout that you can be doing with your KO8 in a very confined space to keep you, your mind and your body fit and strong, okay? So today's workout is going to be full body. We're going to have 5 exercises, a push, a pull, core, right and left, and we're going to be hitting a nice squat variation that you may not have tried yet, which is going to be really tough on those quads, okay? So as normal, I'm gonna take you through each exercise with the explanations, but today I'm just gonna take you through one set, and then it's up to you how many sets or how many rounds you go, okay? Depending on your age, experience level, fitness levels, then you decide. It's your workout, it's completely up to you. And you can, again, as with any single thing that we post, you can do this as many times as you want. So you can do it in week 1, do it again in week 2, and try and just increase how much you do, whether that be angles, the amount of bands, or the amount of reps and sets that you perform. Okay, so I'll take you through now what we're gonna do. The first one is gonna be a push exercise where we're gonna be using our triceps a lot. But at the same time, this is gonna be pretty intense on the core as well, because you have to keep that midsection locked, keep yourself from hyperextending, and it really does work those abs in the front. So where I want you to begin, I want you to have yourself on a high anchor point on suspension, and we'll have both hands just facing away from the body. Now with this exercise, the angle that you start with will dictate how difficult this exercise is. If you want to make it harder, walk your feet back towards the door. If you want to make it easier, walk further away, okay? So again, we're gonna show you one round. Now you can use the first round as a warm-up, just to trial and see how it feels for the body. And then on the next set, you can make those adjustments if necessary. Okay, so this is how it goes. Hands and arms are fully extended. Now I'm not going completely overhead. I'm going to, if you think of your shoulder and your wrist about 45 degrees away from the body, I've really got to suck in my abs here and squeeze. I've got to squeeze the glutes in the back, and that's all to protect the spine. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend at the elbow joint, take the wrists behind the head, lower in the body, and then I'll push through the handles to bring myself back to the start position. So this is working through that elbow joint, as I've mentioned, which will really tighten up in the triceps, rather than bringing too much extension and flexion in the shoulder, okay? So we're trying to keep the shoulders locked and let all the movement be taken from the elbows, okay? So I'm here, elbows are screwed to the front, I'm squeezing my abs, I'm up onto the tiptoes, and then I'm gonna lower my body, hands behind the head, big strong push, okay? So I'm gonna go about 10 to 12 reps, but again, you can increase those rep ranges or you can lower them, depending on your level. Okay, so we'll go through this one. Exercise number 1, here we go. Lower the body, nice and strong. On the way down, keep it controlled. 2, 3. Make sure the whole body travels together. 4. We're not sticking hips out and just doing the top half of the body like this. That's incorrect. We need to make this a core exercise. Think of it like a little bit of a ab wheel rollout. If you've ever tried one of those before, you'll feel that all the tension goes through that midsection. And this is a similar feeling. When you drop the body, you'll feel the core working as it's fighting to maintain that position and keep the spine in a nice, safe and neutral position. Do 3 more reps. Nice and strong, squeeze the glutes. 1, 2, and final rep. 3, good. So if you're doing that correctly, you'll feel backs of the arms really getting some heat in there, some burning, and that's when you're doing the exercise correctly, okay? Remember, when we go down, don't stick your hips out. Keep everything as straight and as neutral as you can. Okay, so that's exercise 1. While the arms take a break, we're gonna go into resistance mode. So I'm just gonna remove this clip, and that takes me away from suspension, and I'm gonna take 2 black bands on this exercise for me. But if you wanna go 1 black, 1 red to take it down a notch, you can, or the reverse, we can add a band if you need a little bit of a heavier resistance. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand completely on line with the anchor point. I've dropped to a half kneeling position. The leg on the outside of the anchor point is going to be up, and the leg on the inside is going to be knee to floor. So if you need to, take a towel, a mat if you've got one, even a cushion, okay? That will just provide some support and a little bit of comfort for the kneecap that's connected to the floor, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take inside hand on the inside of the handle, outside hands comes over the top, and we're going to try and follow the line that's created at the moment from the door, and we're going to chop across the body. This is your finished position, okay? So this rotational move is really going to work the abs, obliques. Your glutes are going to be firing up on this inside back leg, really contract that. That's going to provide the support, okay? So we're going to do 10 to 12 or 15 if you need to, reps on each side, okay? So I'll take you through. 1, 2, 3. You'll notice that I'm following the line of the wrists with my chin. Okay, that keeps the spine in a good position. You don't want to be here and then taking your chin in the opposite direction. You might actually feel it on the inside, on those pecs as well, especially if you've got a heavy resistance. Well done. So what's happening here is the hips are locked, knees and ankles are locked, and all of the rotation is coming from the upper part of your spine or your T-spine, okay? So that is one side, and of course, you've got to balance it up, do the opposite. So again, line up your position, outside leg comes up, hips, knees and ankles are facing one way, and all of the rotation is in the upper part of your body, okay? So again, hands on, inside hand here, outside hand comes over the top, and we chop, following that line. Now when we get here, it's obviously at its heaviest. Control on the way back. 3, 4, 5, 6. As you twist, contract. 8. Well done. 10, 2 more. 11, and 12. Good. So as I said before, starting to feel it on that inside chest as we bring the bands across. It's almost like a fly. So you bring that direction, shortening the muscle, and you might get a good burn in the top as well. All right, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Number 4, we're gonna go back up to the arms, but we're gonna work in the opposite direction. It's gonna be more dominant on the biceps this time, rather than the triceps, as we go into our pull. So once again, I'm gonna bring that handle back down, very simple, and then we're gonna go into a position where we're facing the anchor point. Okay guys, so when you're in this position, I want your arms fully extended, roll them shoulders back, as if you were about to do a suspended row, feet shoulder width apart, tight abs in the front and tight glutes in the back. What I want you to do is rotate the palms, so palms facing up. So we're in this supinated position, and we're gonna bend at the elbows once more, and we're gonna bring ourselves into a suspended bicep curl. Again, adjust your angle. Feet closest to the door means more body weight to lift, which means it's gonna be heavier, okay? More difficult. If you need to, step back. Now before, with the row, elbows stay low. Now I want the elbows driving up as high as we can. So you'll notice the line of my elbows and forearms almost on line with the level of my eyes. Okay, so look at wherever you are. Hands come to temple, elbows nice and prominent in front. We come up and we lower. So we work really hard on the lowering phase. There's 3, 4, nice control, 5. So again, we are working the core. 6, because we're tight, we're contracting in abs and glutes. Very good. 8, So there's no rotation in the wrist with this one. 9. When we come up to the top, get a good squeeze. There's 10, 2 more. And final one, 12. Step back, lower the arms. You should be feeling the burn. That's what we're looking for. After every set, we want you to be feeling the work getting done in that muscle, okay? If you're burning, you're in the right place. Final exercise, which we'll move to, which is exercise 5. We're gonna take it down to the quads. We're gonna go into resistance mode, and we're gonna be opening up the foot cradles, but we're gonna create an angle, which is slightly different. I want the angle to be more around the hip line, okay, so the waist. What you're gonna have to do on this one is, we're gonna move the anchor point from the top of the door into the side. If you've got a lockable door like this, it's perfect, because you can make sure that's nice and safe and secure. If you don't, work on the side of the door which doesn't open towards you, okay? So, this door actually opens towards me, but I'm safe because I've got a strong lock, okay? So you just judge as necessary with whichever internal door or external door that you're going to be using for today's session. So I'm going to bring it down to the side, and just as before, I'm going to close the door, secure it with that double lock, and I'm going to slide it down towards the height of the handle. It's perfect for me. So we'll open the foot cradles, because what we're going to do is we're going to drop our legs inside, open both sides, and as I say, leg goes through the gap, and we're going to drop the handles into the crease, the back of the knee, okay? So when I'm here now, the bands are actively pulling me towards the door. I have to find a planted position where they can be strong. Now this exercise is typically done for rehabilitation, ACL injuries, where you're really working on that final range of motion for leg extension, okay? But we can use this for people that are fit and well and they've got healthy knees, and it's still going to create a fantastic burn and a really nice and different squat variation, okay, to mix up your training. So what we're going to be doing here is, as you would normally, drop the hips, go into the squat as we come up, but bringing those legs back. So remember, the bands want to pull our knees forward. You want to really push against the bands and lock out them legs and crush the quads, okay? Really feel the muscles working in the front of the leg. Okay, so we go 12 from here. Keep your balance. You might need to adjust for the first few reps. That's fine. Get your heels planted, spread the toes, drop the hips, bend the knees. 1, 2. Remember, squeeze the glutes in the back, quads in the front. That's 3, 4, 5. If you want more, 6. You can add those bands up, okay? Halfway. 7. Nice and strong. 8. I can feel it already on the 8th rep. 9. 10. When we squat, don't let the knees cave in. Keep pushing them out. 11. Squeeze and hold. Last rep. Down, up. Kick those knees back and crush, squeeze, contract for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk forward and relax. And you can just let your legs take a breather and slide the handles down the back. So, there are your 5 exercises. We have the tricep extension. Abs plays a major factor, keeping that torso strong. Then we have half kneel and chop. Do both right and left side. 3, we have the bicep curl. Again, keep the integrity of the midsection. Keep the abs and glutes really tight while we work those arms nice and powerful on the way up, controlled and slow on the way down. And then finally, find that mid anchor point, adjust your KO8, or find something else to attach it to if the door's not suitable, and then drop onto those heels. And when we get to the top, really focus on kicking those knees back and crushing those muscles in the front of your leg. Trust me, if you're doing it properly, the burn will be real, okay? So, well done everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.